Hey guys, Carlos Perez here. We have an update on the Pyro Media Center. Now, a lot of you have already updated, so you can follow a process I'm going to do in a minute. For those of you that have not updated to the new wizard, what you're going to need to do is, first of all, go into your settings, go into your apps, and you want to make sure that your Pyro Media Center is at version 17.6. So when you go into the Pyro Media Center, when you click on it, you'll see right here 17.6. If you do not have 17.6, then you are going to have to use the updater. Now, if you remember the updater app, I had it out here. I don't have it here now because I don't use it because we have the wizard. But if it's there, you're going to click on that. You're going to actually go into your settings first, and you're going to delete the 17.3, the one that came before this. If you have 17.6, you're fine. But if it's 17.3, you're going to delete it from inside the settings, and then you're going to use the installer updater. The one right there says installer on it, this one. And you're going to download the 17.6. Now there is a video already on this out there, so I'm not going to redo it, but I'm just showing those of you that do not have the 17.6 and the updated wizard, that's what you're going to do. That's where you'll find it at. For everyone else that has updated their box, when you launch the Media Center again, it's going to prompt you to do an update. Now, I've updated mine to 3.0, but the new update is actually 3.1. So when you go into it, I'll get a sip of water. When you go into it and it launches, that's what's going to ask you if you want to do the update. Now, a good rule of thumb I want you guys to always remember with me is that it's going to ask you various questions about doing the update. Yours is going to say 2.8 up here in the corner. Mine says 3.0 because we were doing tests yesterday. So there's various things. You want to first and foremost do a fresh install. So you see where it's highlighted, fresh install? You want to click on that. And you always want to do this because this is going to get rid of all of the old information in there and put the new information in. Now, whenever you see anything green, green is where you want to be. So you want to click on the continue. I'm going to use my arrow key so you guys can see it. You want to click on continue because it's green. And it's going to get all the files together for you, calculate the size, and then start the download. So this is all that has to be done to do the update. And you'll see it starts to download all the files. And again, there's nothing, to do anymore, like how you had to download the build, download the Media Center, then install the build, all that stuff. Everything happens automatically for you, but you have to be on the 17.6 version because that's the one that has the wizard built into it. Okay, so we just installed it. We just got all the files together. We're downloading everything now. It tells you how long they estimate it's going to take, 1 minute and 8 seconds. And during this time, you want to make sure that you have a steady internet stream. I like to hardwire my box. I never like to do any of my updates and installs over the Wi-Fi. A lot of you, if your Wi-Fi is at a consistent strength and the router is relatively close to you, then it's fine. That's just a personal preference for me. So once this whole thing updates and downloads, you're going to notice that we've actually added a couple more add-ons, things that were working very well, and we're going to I'm really advocating for people to use the Reel to Bread service. And I mean, for $40 a year, it's like the perfect complement to this, because it pulls back the premium streams plus any of the regular ones that are out there as well, the free streams. I just prefer it because it just gives me, that much more power when I'm trying to, view my content. It's installing everything now. So when we add our MB service, you're not going to have to really worry about streams, because everything is going to be remotely hosted on servers. So instead of it going out and looking for the content, it's going to look for it in one place. So you're not going to have to excuse me, you're not going to have to wait around for streams or use something like the Reel to Bread. And there'll be those of you who may not like the MB service and may just want to stay with our Pyro Media Center. That's great. It's stable. It does deliver a lot of content. We're just trying to make a more user-friendly environment where people can have their live TV and their library of movies and TV shows in a more organized fashion. So it's not going to really change anything outside of the fact that it's going to have a completely different interface, just as far as the login and each account, because your account is registered to you. Each account will basically have access to that account's information. So for example, if you're watching a show and you stop midway in, when you log back in again, it will ask you if you want to continue watching your show from that particular spot. So unlike the other accounts where they're shared, that's not really an option, because everyone's watching, different shows. So that's a plus too. So remember, if you have the 17.6, then you're going to do the setup in the updates the way that I'm showing you now on the video. If you do not have 17.6, then you're going to have to use the Updater app and install the 17.6 before you will be able to do anything else. Excuse me. But once you install the 17.6, you'll see that whenever you start up the Media Center, it's going to ask you, if there's an update, if you want to update to the new version. Okay, we're almost done. We're at 382 megs of the 601. So you can tell it's a relatively light build. We don't try to make things really heavy and complicated. 434, 440. We're winding around the bend. So once this is done, it's going to ask you a series of more questions as far as, do you want to keep your tracked account, your Reel to Bread, things like that. You always want to keep the information in there. That way you don't have to reauthorize everything. But if you do have to reauthorize, it's not going to be a big problem. I've showed you guys how to do that before. Okay, so it's asking force close or reload profile. I told you guys, whenever you see anything green, select the green automatically. So we're going to click on the force close. And that was it. That was all that needed to be done for the update. So you can now log back in, and I'll do that with you real quick. Just so you can see the questions that it may ask. A lot of you have been doing this for a while now, so you should be really confident in updating the box. It's not a complicated process. There we go. Now remember, when you do the updates, all of the add-ons have to activate again. So up in the top, you'll start seeing a lot of add-ons that are being activated. And you'll start seeing those pop-ups, and when you do, notice in the corner, it's 3.1. That's where you should be at. And then you're going to start getting the updates. You'll see that they'll start coming in just like that. So, guys, that's all there is to doing the update. If you have the Reel to Bread service or track, I'll do another quick video showing you how to quickly go in there and authorize everything. Outside of that, we hope you enjoy the update. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you.